Okay. So today I'm gonna be talking about just a little bit about all my cards. I have in total 12 decks. I only use 11 for that. The 12th deck needed to be sealed. Sealed away. Just bad vibes all over the place. Hi, Panda's dead. What's it called? So I'm gonna start just a little backstory of all of them and how I got all of them and so on and so forth and how things happen. So for example, I'm gonna start with my first deck. Hi Peanut, ¿Qué onda, Marna? What's going down? How's life? ¿Qué trance, qué rollo? So my first deck, and actually somebody, one of my, what I guess I would call teachers, in Texas, helped me how to find this inner peace of mine. Blanca Rodriguez. Hi, Blanca. I mean, I'm sorry if I don't know who all you are, but I'm assuming all of you know me since I've got invited to this page. But like I said, I'm going to start with my first deck. And actually, all my cards, well, except two of them, they all have a box, and the box all either has something on it so that it looks not more attractive, but for example, like when I read cards, I lay out all of them, and I tell the person whichever one calls your attention, that's the one we're going to use to read your cards, and that's because that's the one that's calling to them, in my opinion. So we'll start with these, and this is the way it looks on top. It's basically an old world map. It's very bright and colorful, and this specific one actually holds my very first deck, which are my angel cards. So the back looks like this, and the front of my cards, depending on what they look like this. And they all come baby blue. I mean, there's red for fire, water, air, earth. Earth would be green. And these are the ones that normally get used a lot. And just because these are cards that will always be joyful, and they will kind of give you like a sweet lie almost, you know. They don't want to hurt you, but they do want to warn you of what's coming in the near future or far future if possible. But yes, these are my first deck of cards, but no, they are not my favorite. And I try not playing favoritism, but for some reason I'm always leaning to the ones that I use more for like myself. Like if I go on long trips, I won't take all of them. But I'll grab, I'm guessing I grab a random one, but all the time that I grab it, I'm always grabbing the same deck, the same box, you know, and that's the one that's going to just stick with me for quite some time, you know, and I don't get rid of my cards. I don't like to. If eventually I have a student, then I would like to give those cards to my students, you know, but I need this student to be actually on top. We've had incidents in the past where people have just decided to go crazy, and certain people on this show know who I'm talking about and know what I'm talking about or who I'm talking about, and that was just fun times. Fun times. So my next deck I'm going to show you, this was actually a gift from a friend at work. I told her, I was looking at a wooden box, and she goes, "What's up with you and boxes?" And I told her, "Oh, well, this is what I do, you know, and this is how I keep my cards." And she goes, "Oh my God, you know, you should read mine." And sure, you know, got into details later. And about like a week after that conversation, she comes up to me and goes, I have a gift for you. And this gift was actually these tarot cards. I don't have a box for them yet. It was these. Kind of colorful, you know, but they're actually cat tarot. So, for example, like this is one of the images. Like, this is a cat. I didn't read it. This is the 5 of coins. Sorry, it takes me. I have a lot. It takes me a little bit to remember all of them. Okay. Here's like the chariot. You know, I don't know if you guys can see that. I have all these things like, oops, strength. You know, like that's strength. And then the funniest thing that I've seen in this one was death. You know, like the vacuum. You know, death is vacuum for the cards. You know, and I thought that was funny. Sorry, I think my wife's downstairs asleep. The next one I'm going to show you is just, actually, it's kind of like a generic type of card. You know, a friend bought these for me. Yeah. And actually, he says that he was just in the store and randomly he saw them like out of the corner of his eye. And he goes, immediately I thought of you and I just wanted to get them for you. So I got them. And I was like, oh, cool, you know, neat. And later, actually, I ran into that same store and I found the same cards. And they're really like flimsy. But they're really like the generic kind, you know, like it's almost like a knockoff of the original tarot. You know, like this is what it looks like. You know, and like that's the back. That's the way all of them look like. These are actually pretty neat because it's like some of these images are dark, but all of them are pretty light. And I like the way it looks. I like the way they feel. You know, they feel almost like playing cards. You know, it's fun. It's interesting. But these are sweet. I feel like they're a little too sweet just because if like somebody needed a reality check, these aren't the cards for them. If that makes sense, you know, if someone's like, oh, should I like break up with the dude or the chick, and these are going to tell you like, no, things are going to get better, when in all reality, like they might, but that's a really big way down the line. Also, I don't have a box for those yet. Sorry. So the next ones are actually really, really dark. You don't know. So here's the box. You know, it's all black. Well, except that. And actually, I needed to move my cards, and I didn't want to have them loose. So I grabbed this box, and this box actually belongs to my phone. It's like the box that the phone comes in when you buy it brand new. This is what it is. And when I put the cards in here and tried to take them out later, I couldn't get all of them out. Like, yes, I flipped over the box. Yes, I tapped on the bottom, and not all of them wanted to come out. So I assumed they just wanted to stay in here. I mean, it's dark, it's covered. Like, there's a freaking, like no light is going to get in here whatsoever. And these are actually really dark-ish type. This is what the back looks like. Okay. And then that's what the front looks like. And all these cards are actually pretty neat. You guys can ask me later what cards. I will try to remember what order I had these in, showing you guys in. But I can show you or tell you more details about them in another video. I just don't want this video to be too long. That's another front of the card. This is a Queen of Swords, and that's also pretty, you know. I'm trying to find like Death and the Tower, because these are really pretty cards. I know I'm not gonna find it just by looking for it. I mean, when have you ever been able to like oh, I want to show you this card, and then you pull it out and never really happens to find it, and then when you're actually reading someone's card, that's the first card that pulls out. That's happened to me a lot. Oh, hey. There you go. That's the Tower. Very pretty, but also very... That's weird. And there's Death. You know, it's very pretty cards. They're very dark. These will tell you a very, very... Why is the name of the tarot cards in the black box? Are you asking why or what? Mr. Paris? Are you asking why or what? It says why. It says why is the name of the tarot cards in the black box. I'm trying to say what? What? These are called Illuminati. They are the Illuminati deck, tarot deck. You can find it online. I found these at Barnes & Noble. And I was with my mom actually. And we were looking for books, and I found it, and she goes, oh, look, you should look at this, and shows me the box, and I was like, oh, these are really pretty, I really like these, man, next time, and I threw them back, and 2 days later, she calls me, and she goes, oh, you should come over, and I went over, and she gave me the cards, and she bought them for me, and they're really pretty, they're really, like I said, I can't get enough of these. A lot of people get astonished, they're always in love with these cards. They always want to look at them. And that's when we're done with the reading. They always want to be like, oh, can I look through them? And I mean, I don't have a problem. I can take their energy off, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. But yeah, these are very, very pretty cards. So I am going to switch. So the next ones I'm going to show you are, if I remember these are, this box actually was just plain. My sister painted it for me, and it looks like a treasure chest. It's very, very lucrative. She painted this, she has this on her, little latch, so it's nice that it just won't open and cards fly everywhere. She also painted the inside black, so it really does look like a treasure chest. These cards, see, it likes it so much it didn't want to come up. These cards actually I didn't find. Who got these for me? A good friend of mine. A lot of people, I'm going to say a friend, whether male or female, he or she, that's what you're going to have to listen to. I won't give out names just because I don't know if somebody wants their name out or not, and I'm not going to do that to them, especially just because this is so public and can go everywhere, so I'm not going to give their name out. But he said he found it at Spencer's, I believe, and he goes, oh, it's because I know, because he would come to me a lot for card readings a lot of the time, and I go, yeah, man, I'm down for it, I can give you a reading. And one day he goes, hey, man, do you think you can read my cards? And I was like, yeah, come over. And came over, and he goes, okay, but I want you to read my cards with these. And I go, what? And he shows me the box, and I was just in love with them because these are pretty. These are very. If you like tattoos, you're going to understand this. If you don't like tattoos, then you're not going to understand this. For example, that's the back of the card, right? And then that's the front. Okay, and then, there's this one, another one of coins. I'm trying to find. There you go. This is the full. And what I mean by tattoos is that this style of drawing is actually called American traditional. So in tattooing, that's what a lot of like sailors have, or a lot of like older, people that when the tattoo first came out, when you would like go into a tattoo shop and they would have all these pictures on the wall and you'd be like, I want that one, and that's it. It's not like today where you can get your own custom tattoo. But I like these because I want to get covered in tattoos. Like that's pretty much the way I want to do it. I've been trying to. There you go. I wanted to show you the chalice. I think this is very pretty. I don't understand why it has a cross in the middle, and why it has like the whole thing, like the Sacred Heart. But I do understand the fact that it's American traditional, and that's a lot of. If you look at a lot of older tattoos, a lot of them do have some sort of religious symbol. So that I get with these. I've only read my friend with them, and nobody else has really chose them. I think they're like, oh, that's a neat box, and then just kind of roam off to somewhere else. But then every time he comes around, it's just him, which is very not odd, because I guess like he knows what this box holds now. But I guess he's afraid to choose other ones. Trying to go. Okay, this box is very, very bright. My wife actually painted this box for me. So it's orange, and this is what it actually looks like on the front, on the top of it. It's very pretty. I like it. The cards in here are actually very wide. They're a lot bigger than normal. That's a new. Oh. I'm gonna do this off camera. That's what the inside looks like. It still is painted. It still is very pretty. That's what it is. These cards are very, like I said, very wide and thick and heavy, but very pretty. And here's the back of the card. Very enlightening. And then these cards are actually archangels. So this is 8 of Michael, and it explains, I like the pictures on them. It's really odd because a lot of my cards are good. I only have a few that are really dark. For example, like here's the Chariot. Like it's very pretty. It's very angel-like, I do have Michael in here, Raphael, Saldefan, what's it called? Who's it? Gabriel is another one. I'm trying to figure out. And then Ariel. Like these are very, very pretty cards, and I do like them. I can't remember where I got these from or who gave them to me. I can't. Not for the life of me. I just can't figure it out who it is, What's it called? Yeah, it's just, I have a lot of cards to try to remember who gave to me and what happened and who's this and what's this and all this fun stuff. So it's just a little hard to keep track of things. Oh, no one's watching. This one actually isn't a wooden box. It's metal. But it looks like a suitcase, Like, it all looks like a suitcase. It's pretty neat, it is metal. Lid just simply lifts up, And these I found actually in a shop that was like, I think like an hour and a half from where I live. Well, in Minneapolis. And Minneapolis is only like an hour away from where I live. That in Minneapolis is where the Mall of America is. So I'm pretty close to like a major tourist spot. So there's a lot of shops like psychic readings and all this stuff. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they're more than welcome to do whatever they'd like to do, but I prefer helping somebody who needs it and truly needs it, and not have to say, oh yeah, now you owe me $1,000 at the end of it, versus, to where I can do it and be like, look, whatever you want to do, you want to give me a penny, I'm more than welcome to come and help you. Whatever you believe that is necessary for what I did, or with value and time of what I did for that person. I digress. So getting back to the cards, these are actually dragon type cards, if that makes sense. I'm very, very attracted to dragons, and I've never known why. And from a very, very young age, I've always thought dragons were pretty neat and awesome, and you're welcome. And I've always wondered how things come up and how things are made, and a lot of myths and legends and stuff like that do involve a dragon. For example, in Mayan and Aztec culture, there's this dragon which descended from the heavens, and a mighty creature that has always been there for a long time. And my biggest question is, how do they know what they look like if they never existed? Why do we have paintings and drawings of a dragon, So that's my question, but I'm going off topic, really off topic. So that's the back of the card. Okay, and then that's the front. Ignore the writings on them. The Hierophant, I think. No, the Emperor, sorry. I'm looking at things backwards here. This is Knight of Coins. It's very, very... And these are in the middle of dark and light. And it's because, for example, my examples get a bit extreme. I think a few people on here know how my examples are. My examples can go anything to these are gonna tell you something hey, I'm sorry, but a dear person of you is gonna pass away within X amount of time, and this is the way they're gonna die, and then explain everything in detail, and how they die, and how much they suffer, and everything like that. So yeah, these can get pretty dark, pretty light. Just very, very odd, and the way things go. You'll see I have a few cards that deal with dragons. So this one, it still has that on there. I haven't really looked at the bottom of my things. This is the top of the box. This is actually metal, it's out. It's I can probably pop this off, which I don't want to. What's it called? And then here I actually have, I forgot how big these cards are. They're not too big. Sorry, camera shy. Not too big. They're nothing too special, you know. They're a lot longer than most cards. You see me shuffling them pretty easily, but I've messed with all my cards, you know. I've needed to shuffle all of them. I've needed to. I don't know what that was. Hold on. Sorry. Wasn't important, but I thought it was a message. So these cards, the back of the cards look like this. You know, very pretty, very bright, very gorgeous, in my opinion. And then these are, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9? 9? I can't read. 9, yeah, 9. 9 of Pentacles. Hi. This is Knight of Cups. You know, it's very pretty. It's very, sky high. I feel like I know you. Where do I know you from? Sky high. Where do I know you from? Aren't you? I feel like we have a mutual friend. You gonna answer the question? No? No, oh, she's not even watching. Oh, yeah, she is. These cards actually, I think my sister bought them for me. They're really nice, really pretty, you know, very, very magical in that sense of what they do look like and how they feel. And like I said, like these are actually pretty long. Like compared to like a normal card, you know, like these are huge. Like look at how much extra space that is compared to like a normal tarot card. But my bigger ones, let me get a bigger card. Like, for example, like this big one, like it. You see what I mean? Like they're just longer, because these back ones are wider, but these are just longer, like way longer. Like, see if I can get a. Yeah, see, like there's still that extra space up here. I don't know. I like them. They're mine. So shut up. Amanda. Oh, that's how I know you. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Like, they look dope. Which ones? 'Cause I've shown a lot. See, I want to try this. It says Sky High is watching, bring them on camera. I want to try that. But I don't know if I can. Anyways, on to the next deck. So, like I said, all of them, all my boxes have something on it. These just have flowers. I can't remember where I found this box. But the cards inside were given to me by a family that needed help with something. They had a little one pass away, and they just wanted help and wanted to make sure the little one was. All of them, I love tarot cards. I have like 23 decks. God damn. See, and that's how many I want. Like, I want a lot. Like, I want to be able to have, like, rows of shelves and then have, like, a shit ton. And then be able to be, like, pick and choose, man. Like, pick your poison. What do you want to know? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want. I only have 12. So, I'm getting there. But I want more. I feel bad for so many people because tarot cards are not cheap. Like, these are not cheap, like, at all. I think the cheapest ones... Oh, well, the ones I was telling Mr. Perez about earlier was these, you know, these, like, really, really, like, generic ones. In that store, those were $5. And I think my most expensive one... My most expensive one my wife bought, and she won't tell me how much she bought them for. But she says it was a hello, LOL. I feel you. Yes, goals. Yeah, man, like, for fucking real, like, excuse my French. Like, I want a lot. Like, I want to be able to just pick your poison and like, have it good. Like, I can do that now, yes, but like, it's one of those things where I'm like, do I really want to? You know? Bookstore in Eagle Pass? You get these in a half price bookstore in Eagle Pass? Man, I gotta like FaceTime you or video chat you or something so that you can go to the store and be like, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. You know? I'll be in Eagle Pass in December. I will be getting there around Christmas time. If things all go to plan, I'll actually be there December 23rd. Because I think I take off the 21st. And I will be there up until like the day of, or the next day after New Year's. So about 10, 11 days I'll be there. What's it called? I do want to see you guys all over again. Sad day. Say hi to everybody and I don't forget where I come from and who helped me. No, out of town. Dario? San Antonio? Austin. I feel like Austin's a little too far. Corpus. What else is out there? Laredo. Big Spring? I'm just gonna name off all these towns until you say yes. Continuing. These were pretty, like, almost dark. Oh, that scared the hell out of me. I thought this was like a card and it was all torn up, but this is something else. That scared the fuck out of me. Excuse me, French. These are actually really dark. I love the way they feel. I love the way they look. Like I said, this Austin. Yeah. This family gave them to me after their little one had passed away. And the thing is that I've met the little one. I've been able to talk to that one. That little one. And Sergio. The crow? Crow! Hi, crow! Damn, dude, it's been a long time. I think this is the crow. Could be wrong. Sup, Rob? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is texting me now? Like, this whole fucking time, and now you want to text me? I don't know who that is. I'm just gonna ignore it. Sorry, I'm looking at the picture. Oh, that's my cousin. I can answer him later. Back to it. So the family got these for me after the little one passed because they wanted a certain feel or connection to their little one. What it was is that they went to a store somewhere in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I feel like I have to say Minnesota. I don't know why. Just because none of you know what I'm talking about. What's it called? A lot of they, before the little one passed, actually, they went to the store and the little one said like, oh, I think he would like these, you know, and was really close, and we were just good buddies, you know, like that was just a good friend. Like if his friends were over and I showed up, you know, with my wife and my son, he's like, oh, you know, we can talk, you can show me, you know, I want to be your student, and was just very, very like interactive, and always wanted to know more. And the parents were okay with it, but just as long as it was on their terms, and I had no problem with it whatsoever. But the little one said that these cards would be something that I like, and actually I do. So what happened was, little one passed. About a month later, I get a call, and I've talked to them, throughout that month, just to make sure that we're okay, and if they needed anything, and so on and so forth. And a month after the little one passed, they gave me a call, and they told me if I can come over, that they're gonna have just a little dinner, and I'm more than welcome to bring my wife and my son. And I was like, yeah, sure, and I'll go over, and in my head, I was like, moral support. Will not say the name of this family. Probably won't ever say the name of this family. Just because it is such a great deal and hardship, and it sucks, it really does. So every time I grab these cards, it just, memories of that little one pop up. But yeah. That's the back of the card. And then this is the front of the card. You can tell this little one was pretty dark. There's another one. They're gorgeous cards. They're absolutely gorgeous. But they're dark. Man, you ain't got no clue. I get nightmares, man. Kukui. Nah, just playing. I think I just showed you this. I don't think I showed you this. But, so, this to me looks like a Native American, like un indio. This looks like Benny. That's sad. For those of you who know I'm talking about, in Eagle Pass, the Woe Crew, that's what it's still called. You guys know who I'm talking about. But yeah, so these cards are actually very special to me. It does take a lot for somebody to be able to get over somebody who's passed away, especially a young soul, a young person in general. That's probably what. Yeah. Makes sense. Just it's tough, These cards actually were my second, and these are the ones that I tend to favor more than others, and all the others. This is what the top of the box looks like. Sorry, losing my voice here. That, or I'm getting choked up. This deck, this card, these decks. I'm actually just gonna do that quick. Oh, you got a glimpse. See at the bottom of this, you have a piece of the box, just so that it stays together. At the bottom of this, I do have little pieces of paper. That one, obviously. I do have a piece of paper, and this paper actually has an on-the-go spell, or, it's kind of, it's just something that, if need be, I can always just, this is what I need to do, this is how I can do it quick, and so on and so forth. And like I said, these I tend to, sorry. This specific deck I tend to favor more than everything else. Actually, I'm just gonna leave that there. These are Gothic style cards almost, and I know a lot of you know me. Those that know me, you wouldn't see me with something Gothic, Do ignore the writing on them. I mean, it's one thing where I have a lot to remember, dude. Like now I can remember all of them. Now I can tell you what each one means and what everything means, and I just love the way they look. I don't like that there's writing, because then the writing can tell me if it's upside down or not, and that kind of. So when I do pull out these and I do read these, I constantly keep my hand on top so that the person in front of me that I'm reading doesn't know what's going down or up, and neither do I. So that when the moment I pull out the card, I know, okay, this is the way it's supposed to be, and that's it. You know, there's no up or down thought going on. Because a lot of the times you're like you see something and you're like, that's upside down, and it's gonna bother you until you fix it. Well, that's why I do that. Like the moment I'm done shuffling, the moment that person's done shuffling, I automatically just put my hand on top so that I don't see what the card is. If that makes sense to you, I'll show you. So for example, like that's the back of the card. You can tell it's upright, right? So if it's like this, you can tell it's upside down. That's what I mean by always keeping my hand like on top, so that when I do go out to pull a card, I don't know whether it's upside down or right side up. Makes sense? But that's the front. That's the full. You know, like I said, just ignore the writing. Again, dragons. I love dragons, man. Anybody want to get me a gift? Dragons. See, like, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, I think. 10. I was off. This is 10 of swords, actually. Yes, it's feathers, but 10 of swords. Don't argue with me. Queen of swords. Very pretty, very, very detailed. Actually, one of these I want to get tattooed. I doubt I'm gonna find it. See, like, that's weird. The tower, like, this is the tower. This is very, very pretty. I'm trying to see if it focuses on the card. Doesn't want to focus. But that's the tower. You know, these are very beautiful cards. They got skeletons and death and people. Oh, hey, I found it. Hey. So she has something on her shoulder. I wonder if I can do this. Yeah, you're not gonna see it. Well, that image, I'll probably post it later when I find that image. Because I love that specific like design, and I do want to get that tattooed. But I have other tattoos in mind already. You know, ahead of this one, way ahead of this one. And I'll give you like a quick show. I didn't want this video to be this long. I really didn't, but I talk a lot. Because I did want to show you all my crystals, but unfortunately, I'm only going to show you 3 of the crystals that I have. Nothing too special. I suspect like all of you have these in general. But I did want to show you all my crystals. I'm just not going to have the time for it. I didn't want it to be this long. As you're going to tell, this is a very special deck to me just because it has a lock on it. This is the front. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is the latch. Like, I can put a lock right there. I do have a lock on it. It's just I took it off for these specific purposes. It's very, very heavy. It's a very heavy duty. What the hell am I listening to? Hold on. I know this is boring. Just bear with me because I'm not going to listen to country music. I don't like country music in general, so I won't listen to it. Period. Put that up there. Yeah, so like I said, like this is very heavy duty, very heavy box. Like this is very, there's nails everywhere. Like this is something that somebody made by hand and was just like, no one's getting in here. These cards that are in here, see, like if you were to do that, like just simply try to, like, I can lift it from the lid itself and it will not open, these, and I like this. I like the way it opens. I don't know if you guys can see this. So the way it opens, these cards are very special because my wife bought these for me when she was in Georgia and I was in Minnesota. She went to go visit some family, and turns out that some of her family actually does this stuff, which is very interesting because I haven't met them yet. I actually might meet them soon, very, very soon. What's it called? And we all wanted to trade secrets and whatnot, and however it goes, but I know what to say and what not to say. So these cards, this specific box opens like this. Actually, in this case, I'm trying to do this upside down. Bear with me. Well, backwards. Right here, because these are the cards as you can see them, but right here are 3 main crystals that I have. For example, here's clear quartz, and all these are quartz, okay? I couldn't find a raw version of this, but this is rose quartz, and I like raw version more than I like a polished version, if that makes sense. For those that know crystals should know what I'm talking about. And then smoky quartz. And no, it's not too, like, dark or whatnot, but, like, you can tell where it's dark versus others. And quartz is always good for everything. Clear quartz is good for clearing your energies. Rose quartz is good for your health, heart-wise, and smoky quartz is just to take out that, like, bad energy vibes type thing. Now let me see if I can. Sorry, it's a struggle. That little piece up here is a struggle. I'm just gonna keep that open. These cards, like I said, are very special. They're very dark though. Very, very. I think these are my darkest cards that I have. These are gonna tell you the truth, dead on the truth. For example, it's gonna tell you, like, oh, your mom's gonna die in 6 days. This is the way she's gonna die. Good fucking luck. Like, that's how dark these are. Like, Jesus, man. Like, I read this one chick, and she goes, oh, I want to know if my boyfriend is cheating on me. I said, yeah, sure, we can do it. She ended up choosing these, and it said, like, around the lines of, like, yeah, he's cheating on you with, like, your sister and cousin, and, has these, like, it was just really bad, really, really bad. Yeah, really dark and detailed. Lots of detail. Not good detail either. But these are the ones she got for me. Enjoy. That's the back of the card. Okay, very pretty. It does have, I don't know if you can tell, but right on this corner, well, in all 4 corners it has it. Well, these 2 corners, the top corners. But that's actually the Seal of Solomon. I'm like I said, I'm guessing you guys know what the Seal of Solomon looks like and what it does and so on and so forth. But all the cards have 2 seals on the corners. What's it called? I don't know why I just shuffled when I just finished shuffling them. But like I said, like, that's the back of the card. you know, two seals, one there, one in that corner. And then this is the front of the card. You know, I don't know why it's not focus. I don't know how to make this thing focus. I need not a better phone. We can always use a better phone, but I need a better... No! I don't know what it did. Oh, okay. I know what I did. Nice. I think I just muted everything. Sorry. Here's another one. This is Queen of Sorrows. Sorrows? Swords. See, I'm trying to do this backwards, man. It just don't work. Queen of Swords. She has a dude's head in her hand. You know, like she's following somebody and like there she is carrying a sword. It is dripping blood. You know, it all is in black and white, so you really can't like see much. For example, like this is the lovers. You know, and two people are in it, but they're both killing a snake. So these are really, really like dark and creepy and kind of just keep you on the edge. You know, justice, and I find this interesting. Excuse me. I find this interesting because it's both the scales and the yin yang. You know, and I mean, if you guys know as much as I do, you know, or more than I do, I mean, I'm guessing, I'm really hoping you guys know what all these symbols mean, you know, because you have the yin yang, the scales, the phases of the moon, if you guys didn't see those yet already. There's an Egyptian symbol on top, but I cannot yet figure out what that is. And I haven't really looked into it, so don't judge me. Then the person, you know, and I'm feeling like this is very, very, like, balance. Pretty much what it is, you know, is pretty much what justice is. What it's called. Four Pentacles. If you really look, sorry, long night. If you really look inside the Star of David, you're gonna see that it starts off as swastika, and it's really weird. Like I said, these are very, very odd and very pretty and whatnot, and they do have like their own sense of element and whatnot, and they do actually have Arabic in it. And I know I don't read Arabic, you know. I have a friend that reads Arabic. I just haven't had contact with him. Excuse me. Back. Sorry, I did it. That was fun. Interesting. Who the fuck gave me a like? Anyways, this has, I'm trying to do this again backwards. It has Arabic. I don't have a pointer, and my fingers are really big. Oh, I do sometimes. Sorry, I'm jamming out in the background. I don't know if you can hear it, but if you do, oh well. Don't judge my music. So right there, there's Arabic, and right here, there's Arabic. I can have somebody translate that for me. I'm not just 100% sure on what it means. Obviously, you have the upside down pentagram up here and here. You know, well, I know this is a zodiac symbol, and then this is like male or female, but they also have a lot of different meaning. For example, like I believe this is the one for Saturn. This is the symbol for Saturn, and then Jupiter. I'm not 100% sure. There is like flowers down here. There's more same symbols, you know, opposites. Again, yin and yang, you know, white, black, background, white background. I've been trying to figure out what this plant is. You know, for those of you, I know there's somebody that does herbology. I don't know who it is. I wish I knew your name so I can really talk to you. But I have you on the on that. You know, if you know who I'm talking about on that. I'm not sure if I can say it or not. So I'm just saying that. So I've been trying to figure out what this plant is. It looks like a lily to me, like a water lily. I'm just not 100% sure. When I do have a friend translate, you know, this and this for me, I will get back to you guys. I will actually pull out these cards again and let you know what's going on and how it does it. But like I said, that's pretty much it. I did want to do a reading, but I don't have time. I really didn't think this was gonna take that long. What's it called? But I will do a. Excuse me. I will do another one. I don't know how long it'd take. But I will post before I do it so that you guys know when I do it again. For example, like the way I did it, you know, I did it last night saying like, oh, I'm gonna show you my cards and read my cards, and I said I was gonna read my cards, I just didn't have the time to read my cards right now. So in the next video that I do, I will let you know how it goes and what I do, and show you more of my stones and crystals and whatnot, and get it. And as I show you, I'm just gonna have one deck out here and read cards, and I'm just gonna read my own. And I'll show you crystals every popping up second. Other than that, I mean, the next time, the third video that I do, I'm probably just going to read cards straight, and then the fourth video I'll eventually show you the books that I have. Eventually. But, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble on. I'm sorry I didn't have time to read my cards or show you all the stones, crystals, but I will in the next video. Thank you guys. Have a good day, man.